What's up? So, I'm gonna try to keep this brief because I'm cooking dinner and I'm very hungry and I have a headache. But this update had to go out because of a few events. I'm not gonna show you. I would show you the app and its progress so far because that's also a good update. But again, I have a headache and I already closed VS Code and I don't feel like opening it up. But what I am gonna show you is it is day 327 of Codename Conqueror development. And it was more so showing me because I had no idea what day it was. So, what happened? So, I think the last update was right before InfinityCon. Also, there's a cut on my lip, so it really hurts to talk. So, all the more reason that this update is going to be as short as possible. InfinityCon happened. I competed. I was supposed to commentate, but the stream for the first day was like half of it was just cut, which means like 12 commentaries were just cut for scheduling reasons. Anyway, I played. I wasn't able to commentate, and a big reason as to why I went is because I wanted to show off a build I made specifically for InfinityCon of Codename Conqueror to a bunch of people to see what they thought and like say, hey guys, you guys are my beta testers, or I'll. It's like it was pretty much a marketing thing for me to just get the idea out there. People know it's coming. People know what I'm working on. People I know and or trust, and sometimes the people who happen to be next to them. Because I think there were like two instances of me showing a player or a high figure in my app, and then somebody next to him, which is kind of like, you know, so I couldn't avoid that. It happens. People when I mention Smash GG and mobile app, people kind of like look over, like, oh, what are you talking about? So it's kind of hard to avoid. I brushed it off. It doesn't matter. How like yeah. Anyway, so I talked to a bunch of people, and they all had very positive things to say about it. And for those who don't know, the build I had for InfinityCon was just Conqueror. Just Conqueror. It was just the map, it was just some PRs and all that jazz. And I'm saying this now, like, oh, it was just Conqueror because as you can tell, it's been almost exactly 2 weeks since InfinityCon. And as you can imagine, I did a lot in that time. Considering 2 weeks was what it took to build the whole Conqueror component, um, I did a lot with the events tab. The Smash GG's looking the app version, the events tab, because I want to stop calling it Smash GG portion because that's stupid. Um, it's just I'm gonna call it the events tab. The events tab is looking pretty fantastic. Um, I'll probably show you in the next update when more of it is done. Um, because I really don't feel like opening it up right now. Ow. Anyway, so InfinityCon happened. One of the players I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's where it gets meta, or breaking the kind of fourth wall. Is I don't know when you guys will be seeing this, so I don't know if I can mention who I talked to or what happened. So I might make an additional video. So I talked to somebody who is part of an organization, and they said, "How convenient that you brought this to my attention because we're looking to replace Smash GG. So it's awfully convenient that you brought this to her." I just said that. Okay, my head is. I just repeated my statement like verbatim. Ow. So they gave me the contact information of the head of the organization, and I'm like sick. This person that is representing their organization is very well known in the community, and they recommended I talk to the person at the head of his organization. And I was gonna say his or her, but I'm like that would in the Smash community, his is the same as his or her because there are very few hers. Um, so I contacted them like the day of, because of course that's a thing of why I'm there. I contacted them. They didn't get a response back for like 2 weeks, which, as you know, is today. because I waited a ample time, a professional amount of time, for them to get back to me, right? Because I don't want to like send them an email or a DM, and then like the next day be like, "Yo, did you get my email?" I want to give them some time. I think the professional limit is like 10 days or something. Um, 7 to 10 business days is what I went for, and I just waited longer. And then it took 2 weeks, and I was like, all right. So I DM'd the person again, saying, hey, I don't think, or I haven't gotten a response back. Any advice on what I should do then? And so they gave me the contact info directly of that person. So first, like, it was a business email, and then it was like the cell phone number, and I was like, sick. So I sent that message today. And I went a lot more in depth because the email I was like, I met I met this person who is under your organization. I talked to him about Codename Conqueror, and you guys said that you were looking to do the same thing, so let's make something happen. Um, but that's kind of all I said. I kind of actually said less than that. I didn't even give them my contact information, although because I'm emailing them, I would assume they would email me back. So this time I sent a text message that said a lot more detail about Codename Conqueror being the best parts of Smash Data plus Smash EG plus Smash Wiki all in one mobile app. And I gave him my contact information saying, here's how you can reach out to me, and I look forward to discussing things further. Um, and then, of course, I'm updating that person that I met at InfinityCon about the whole exchange just to keep them in the loop because I feel like that's the polite thing to do. Uh, Especially how it's because of them that I was able to contact the head of the organization. So that's why I'm. That's a good reason as to why I'm giving this update is because not just because the progress I've been making on the events tab because although that's pretty notable, I already told you I wasn't going to do an update until it was pretty much done because it's weird to just be like, hey, here's a part of it. Like I'd like to show you it being done. Um, it's not really a milestone until it's done. I don't want to do each component's done. Although the freaking checkboxes, the registration checkboxes were a pain. Holy crap. Making it so that you can check one box and disable all the other boxes from being checked, and then only when you have the certain number of checkboxes could you check the continue marker or what have you. It was a huge pain. Like for those who don't know, a boolean, Boolean, boolean is true or false. It is the word that people who code, I don't know, I was gonna say coders, but that felt lame, use to describe true or false, like an object that describes true or false. So if it's a variable like x equals 5, instead of x equals 5, it's x equals true, x equals false. Those are Boolean values. I have so many Boolean values for that checklist component, and I have to use it so many places. There's so many true or false I have to keep track of, so many updating variables, updating state, updating arrays. It's ridiculous. So it was a huge headache to get that, but I got it now and I made it reusable because I'm freaking godlike at logical reasoning. Um, so everywhere I use a checklist, I can just plug in the component and it'll work because I'm awesome. That took me a while to figure out. The next part is the tough part. The next part is, you guessed it, the bracket. I'm gonna have to make the bracket. I might have to make seating or attendees first. And by me saying this, you already know where I'm at in the events tab. Because I have to make seating and attendees so I can make the bracket. Like I'm using dummy data to display the information so that I can see what it looks like, right? Because I can't make the events tab if I don't have the data of a random event to display. So I'm using CEO 2021 this coming December as a fantastic dummy data placeholder. I can format the image, I can format the text. Like if I can make CEO look fantastic, I can make everything look fantastic. But of course I have more than CEO. I have CEO, Riptide, Smash World Tour, and I forget the other one. Not important. So I have those 3 events and I think 2 others that can beautifully display different events, different entrants, different brackets, etc. And I plan on it's been a process. Anyway, I am going to probably do attendees next because that's far simpler than seating. Attendees next. then seating, so that each event will have dummy data of just a list of attendees. And right now, I can just look at the actual list of attendees for CEO and just plug them in. I mean, it'll take forever because I have like 2,000 entrants to go through. But 2,000 is not bad, especially if I go at like 1 a second, 2,000 seconds, not that bad. And then I can just display that list of names, not that hard, just a flat list. And then seating, and then once I get events, attendees, and seating, that's when I can go into bracket, and I can make it look cool. Because it would be weird if I could just I think it would be stupid if I made the bracket without the attendees, because then the brackets will be displaying no name, and I need to make sure that the name is visible and like good to look at, right? It'd be pointless if you saw Smashy G with the brackets and you didn't see anyone's tag. Like that, I feel like that's a problem. I need to see the tag so I know how the tag looks so I can format the tag properly. That's vital. So that's why I have to do attendees first and then seating so that the organization matters and all that jazz. Anyway, my tongue hurts, my head hurts. My dinner is probably ready because it's been 11 minutes. It's in the oven. It's waiting for a while. Um, and I'm not leaving the oven unattended because my roommate's over there. But yeah, that's my update. We had InfinityCon talking to a person about a big opportunity to work with the organization about making this app a bigger thing. That'd be fantastic. Events tab is going very well. It's still going to take time for me to finish things or to make a workable component, but I'm very excited because the end is in sight, kind of thing. Not the end of the sight, but like I feel like we reached a halfway point. I feel. Um, that's it. Next up, next update is probably going to be either next update I can definitively say it's going to either be one of two things, a boolean. Um, it's going to be I hear back from the organization about some update and then we talk and then something happens, something more concrete happens maybe, or nothing happens of it and I just say, hey, it was a bust, whatever. In which case I probably will mention the specifics. But as of right now, I shouldn't mention any specifics. It's not for the public eye yet. And that, or when I finish the events tab. That's the milestone. If I make it look excellent, and then I'll give that beta. That's the beta I'll give to people, or like a pre. That's an alpha build. Pre-alpha was InfinityCon. This will be the alpha build, and the beta build will be everything. And then from the beta to full on publish, I just have to polish everything. Anyway, that's the update. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm tired. My head hurts. My lip hurts. Everything hurts. I put my blood, sweat, and tears in this app, man. Put everything into it. And a lot of money, too. Until next time.